Welcome back again. Let's be real. It's time for the NFL now. NFL Week 2 recap. It's just gone here. Started off with the Tennessee Titans and Jacksonville Jaguars. I picked us to win. I thought it'd be tougher. We beat Jacksonville at 37-16. That game was close to first half. Then second half we ran away with it. It was just like I said about Jacksonville and the quarterback, Blake Bortles, they need a quarterback. And that's just really what happened in that game. We thought maybe they had possibly been for real. Their defense is still pretty good, but your quarterback is not doing enough for your offense. Your offense not doing anything. Once we figured it out and started containing the run game with Leonard Fournette, we ran away with it. And we started playing Derrick Henry more. I think DeMarco Murray had the hamstring injury, but we all, not just Titans fans, a lot of people have been asking about Derrick Henry getting more touches. As for me, how I feel about the situation is, I feel like Derrick Henry should get more touches. Yeah, they should split carries more evenly. So then DeMarco Murray just getting a whole lot more carries than Derrick Henry. But I don't think Derrick Henry should probably start. Or if he do start, like I said, it should be even. That's the point. Because DeMarco Murray is still the best receiving back, and he's the more elusive, faster back. While Derrick Henry is the powerful runner that can run you over and breakaway speed in open field. So we'll see how it goes going forward. Like I said, DeMarco Murray has a hamstring injury, so Derrick Henry might get more touches in the next coming weeks while he kind of heals from that. So that's my takes from that game. Next up, I get the Eagles and the Chiefs recap. I didn't mention this game. I really thought long and hard about mentioning this game in the preview of my podcast and the NFL previews for week 2, but I didn't. And this is probably the best game Sunday. The Chiefs ended up winning 27-20. It was kind of back and forth. It was a very defensive game throughout the first half. I actually didn't get a chance to watch this game because it was on at the same time Titans and Jaguars. But I was kind of trying to find the game, but I ended up having to settle on flipping back and forth between the Steelers and the Vikings game instead. With Sam Bradford was hurt, didn't play, so the Steelers blew them out. But this game was the best game that Sunday. I saw the ending. It was tied at 13. Then Kansas City scored. Kareem Hunt scored a touchdown. Now, Travis Kelce had scored a touchdown. And after that, I think Philadelphia had a turnover. I don't remember if it was a fumble on kickoff or Carson Wentz threw a pick, but it was a very quick turnover. Then Kareem Hunt scored a touchdown right afterward. And they finished off the deal. So, two teams I expect to be good on defense. Got an up and young coming quarterback in Carson Wentz in Philadelphia. And Kansas City offense seems to be a lot improved. And Kareem Hunt seems like he's going to be a special back. So, that's my take for that game. All right, next game. I didn't preview this game either. Once again, another game I thought long and hard about previewing. Of course, with so many Cowboys fans, yeah, I really did. Really, this is probably the one I came closest to reviewing or previewing for that matter. So, the Cowboys played at the Broncos. They had a long weather delay for about an hour or whatever. And towards the end of the first quarter. And after that, I mean, it was straight full throttle from that point forward. I mean, even before the weather delay, I think Denver already scored. They were up 7-0. But then, I mean, final score, Denver won 42-17. Well, just judging about it, I actually fell asleep on this game during the weather delay and woke up later when Denver was already blowing them out. It was 35-17 when I woke up fourth quarter, so yeah, I took a long nap. Highlights, judging off just reviews, analysts, all that. Stats. Ezekiel Elliott only had 8 yards on 9 rushes. They said it all. So that means they had to pass. And Dak Prescott hasn't proven to be that type of quarterback yet. He's more so a game manager at this point in time. So he has a lot of growing to do and to prove that he can just outduel another quarterback. And in this case, Trevor Siemian, a lot of people don't believe in Trevor Siemian. That's why a lot of people are down on Denver this year. I'm still high on them because they still got the great defense. And that's the difference. If you can't run the ball and they have possibly the best pass defense, they definitely have the best cornerback tandem and Akeem Talib and Chris Harris. So, of course, I expect Dak Prescott to do well against them, having to pass the majority of the game and no running game to speak of. I know a lot was made of Ezekiel Elliott's effort. We'll just see how the season goes along. I can understand frustrations. He hasn't had a game like that. He hadn't had no game like that. I mean, his lowest rushing total last year was 40-some yards. I know against the Giants. The Giants held him to under 100 yards both times. but it wasn't to that extent, like 8 yards on 9 rushes. So then you still got the whole case going on with him and that suspension. So I ain't gonna make too big a deal out of that. But going forward, Denver is to be respected. Remember, they still won. It's just 2 years removed from them winning the Super Bowl, and they didn't have good quarterback play then. Trevor Siemian's actually been okay. Last year he was pretty good. He didn't turn the ball over at least. So like I said, folks just need to stop disrespecting Denver, in my opinion. That said more. That game told me a lot more about Denver than it did about the Cowboys. So that's my take on that game. Next, Packers and Falcons. I picked the Packers to win the game, so got this one wrong too. It seemed like that was the whole Jill college and the field. I got most of the games wrong. Like most games I picked at least. Once again, I mean, actually this game, like I said, I took a nap on the Cowboys game. I actually fell asleep on this game too. So I woke up for a little time period and went right back to sleep. So when I woke up, the score was 31-7. So, like, I don't know if I mentioned it yet, but the Falcons won 34-23. And just judging by it, Falcons look like they're ready. They're primed for another Super Bowl run, but still week 2. They like they are the best team in the NFC. I never denied that. I did pick them to possibly take a drop off because of the way they lost in the Super Bowl, not because of their talent. So right now, it don't look like their Super Bowl. What happened in the Super Bowl is not hindering them. So like they are more so out for redemption, kind of like the Spurs against Miami a couple years ago when they should have won the first time they played and lost, blew that game 6 and lost game 7. They came back next year and beat the Heat in 5 games. So like the Falcons are more in that mind frame than it's in the back of their head, especially this game because Aaron Rodgers did make a comeback attempt. Like I said, it was 31-7. They won 34-23. So they started to make a little comeback on them. And it seemed like they kind of like, okay, we know what to do this time. We know we're going to run the ball more, which they didn't do in the Super Bowl. So just judging by highlights. Also, the Packers had a lot of interest in their game. Jordan Nelson got hurt. I know a couple of their defensive players got hurt. So once again, kind of hard to judge. It's still just week 2. But I'll tell you this. I know the Falcons look like they are prime. They are the best team in the NFC from their game. From just the early prognostics of this season, Falcons are the best team in the NFC still, and they are the team to be on this side as of now. So that's my take for that game. And last but not least, Monday Night Football, the Lions and the Giants. I picked the Lions to win. I actually picked. I don't know what I picked. I don't know if I picked it to be a close game or not, or what I picked the final score to be. But they beat the Giants 24-10. I did predict how it would happen. I didn't see the Giants offense, whether Odell played or not, and he did play. I didn't see them doing much because they couldn't run the ball, which they did. And offensive line sucked, which they did. So, same old story, just a different week with the Giants. And defense got tired. And I pretty much predicted that. I said Detroit would score based on their mistakes and stuff. And that's exactly what happened. So, it was at New York, and I mean, it's really not much to say. Like, Giants are in a crisis right now. We don't know. O-line don't get better overnight, so they're going to grind out games. Can they do it? Stephen Carr going to step up, too. I mean, Odell, he was still lingering with the injury, but he didn't play particularly well, get the ball thrown to that much because the O-line won't protect Eli. Brandon Marshall had a second straight week where he didn't play well. He dropped the pass. So, we'll see. That's my take with the Lions. We'll see Sunday with the Lions, and that will be coming up in my previews in a second. First NFL preview for Week 3 coming up. Thursday Night Football, the Rams and 49ers. I'll make this quick, fast, and hurry. None of these things better to be good. They're not good. Rams 1-1, 49ers 0-2. They're playing San Francisco Thursday night. I would go ahead and give San Francisco their first win as a home game. Final score 10-9. So both these teams, I don't believe them in no scoring threats or anything like that. So next game. Now, like I just mentioned before, the Lions we'll see Sunday. They play the Falcons. I just got through saying how the Falcons are the best team in the NFC, and here we go. Detroit, Atlanta. They are playing at Atlanta. So no, they're playing at Detroit. Let me get there. Yeah, they're playing at Detroit. So we'll see a lot about Detroit Sunday. We'll see how serious they are. Both teams are 2-0. Like I said, the Falcons like the best team. week one they struck against the Bears though. So like I said, it's still the beginning of the season, but just judging off a big time game between two teams we know that's gonna make the playoffs between them and the Packers. Yeah, you look like the best team in the NFC. So let's see the Lions for real, and we're gonna see that coming up Sunday. As of now, I'm gonna pick the Falcons to win, but it's gonna be a close game. I don't expect the Lions to compete, and possibly, like I said, possibly beat them. I think the Lions are for real, but I don't think they're for real enough to be. I expect the Lions to be the best team in the NFC. I don't expect Detroit to win the division because Green Bay is in it. So, do I expect Detroit to possibly make the playoffs? Sure. So, I'll go with the final score of this game of being 24-21. Atlanta wins on the last second field goal at Detroit. So, next. Seahawks and Titans. Both teams are 1-1. Do I expect? I don't know what to expect unless it's week 3. We showed some improvements last year. We showed some improvements last week on offense. Running the ball more, Derrick Henry. I expect him to get more carries this game. Probably more than DeMarco Murray because hamstring injuries are tricky. Hamstring injuries are tricky. So ain't no telling how effective he would be if he played at all. So Seattle still has a good defense, very good defense, and offensive lines play suck. So if I had to choose, I would pick us to win this game. I say 23-16. I say we'll probably jump out to an early lead, and they'll kind of make a comeback with Russell Wilson doing his trickery, all his being a mobile quarterback, moving around the pocket, try to make something happen, do with that bad O-line. I expect that defense to happen, just kind of like a similar game to Jacksonville, but a better quarterback with Russell Wilson over Blake Bortles. So they're going to fight, and it's going to be a closer battle. And I expect our offense, Seattle's defense is pretty good. We still have a top O-line, top running game, and new weapons at receiver. So I kind of expect us to kind of grind it out. Like I say, kind of jump out to not hugely, not 23-0, but like 14-3, jump out to some type of lead while Seattle battles back, and we just close it out in the end. So that's my take for that game. Sunday Night Football, Oakland Raiders, Washington Redskins. Okay, the Oakland Raiders are 2-0. The Washington Redskins are 1-1. They just beat the Rams. So, I don't know. I don't expect the Rams to be good, like I mentioned it earlier. So, Kirk Cousins he didn't have a terrible game week 1, but he made some mistakes. And last week he pulled through and beat the Rams. So, they are at Washington. So, but I do see Oakland being a Super Bowl contender. And I see Washington. I think they are going to battle in that division, especially being unsure about the Giants and their offense. But I expect the Eagles to be better than the Redskins. So, and the Eagles beat them week 1. So, and I expect the Cowboys to be better than them. So, for this game, I would pick Oakland to beat Washington. But I would expect more of a close game. I don't expect Oakland to go into Washington and blow them out. Oakland do well. Oakland is probably the only team that's on the West Coast that comes to the East Coast and win. Like, they are like 6-0 in their last 6 games in the East Coast. And that was a 12 o'clock game. So this is a nighttime game. So I pick Oakland to win. Final score, just about Washington's defense being the first 2 weeks. They allowed the Rams to score 20-something on them. So I would pick 27-20. I would hardly really pick a blowout when I pick games because the NFL is one of the leagues. Every team almost top to, I ain't gonna say almost top to bottom, but top to the middle of the pack. You got your elite teams, then you got your middle of the pack teams, then you got your bad teams. And you really ain't got that many bad teams. You only got like 4. So that's why I always pick kind of closer games. Then for team at home, I give you the benefit of the doubt that you're going to play. If an elite team like Oakland is playing against a middle tier team like Washington, I would expect Washington kind of close the gap a little bit. So I picked 27-20. And that's my take on that game. Monday Night Football, the Cowboys and the Cardinals. Now, Cardinals are 1-1. They beat the Colts last week in the comeback. And they lost their starting running back and best player in David Johnson to injury in week 1. And they lost their game to the Lions. Like I said, I already talked about how the Cowboys looked last week and how they looked in week 1. So I don't see the Cardinals. The Cardinals used to be good. I don't feel it this year. It's in Arizona, So I give them a fighting chance against Cowboys, even without David Johnson, but and he's gonna be out for a while. But I would pick Cowboys to win this game. I say defensive battle, 17-10. All right, that's all my recap of week 2 and week 3 previewing the NFL season. Stay tuned. I'm gonna try and drop 2 videos a week, college football, NFL. Then me and my guys get our schedules together. We'll make sure we meet and drop possibly a 3rd video on a weekly basis. So just stay tuned. Be sure to subscribe to the YouTube page, like the Facebook page, and like I said, comment, like the videos and comment. Just stay tuned. It's gonna get better from here on out.